שאלת אדוני, בפי גרך בסוף שאין קדשו לעולם ועד, אנחנו נריחיה, נתבע עולם, hallelujah. We do the Amida silent.
See 3 people walking. The 3 people walking up the sidewalk.
A car pulled into the driveway and stood like that.
Gave up. We're going to page 1 for Elena. Elena l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'seis k'ilov yaser reshit, shelo asanu k'rayei harasul, v'lo samanu k'mishmachot adama, shelo sam chelkeinu b'hem, v'gor aleinu k'chol amona, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר וידע לך כל הארץ ויאמר ה' אחד ושמו אחד. I don't have a minion in Scottish, but you can at least remember the names of those who passed away on the 12th of Elul, Eugene Brooks, Doris Grossman, Francis Carlin, Louis Carlin, Lawrence M. Novak, Rabbi Chaim Tevya Williamovsky. Well, I will. I'll leave.
Begin on page 10. 40 שנה איכות בדור ואומר, תועב לבבכם, והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי בכי, אם יבואו נשבעתי. שירו אדוני שיר חדש, שירו אדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ועשו שמו, ועשו ביום ישועתו. שירו גולים בכל Yisrael Hashemayim v'tegel haaretz siram hayam umla'o ya'alo sedai v'kol asher bo azrananu kol atzeyah Adonai kiva lishbot haaretz lishbot tevel b'sedek We're on page 15. So that covers both. Adonai Shinura Shomer Nishbat Hasidav Liyav V'Sheim Yitzalem Ozero Sadik U'Yoselev Simcha Simchu Tzadikim B'Adonai V'Hoduhu L'Zekik Koto Yisrael Shirnai Shir Kadash Tehilef Mat Asa Hoshen Elohim Show Page 18, 7 lines from the top, I believe it is. Yeram Hayam Ulelo Yoseva Echarod Yenachuchav Yachad Min Yeraneh Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishbot haaretz Lishbot tevel b'tzedek Romemu Adonai Eloheinu lehishachavu lehakadsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu lehishachavu lehakadsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Page 21. There's more than David. Havul Adonai b'nei. Havul Adonai kavod va'oz. Havul Adonai kavod shemo. Hishtakavu Adonai b'chadrat kodesh. Kol Adonai ha'amayim el ha'kavod hirim. Adonai, Amen. Kol Adonai, Kol Adonai, Hadar, Kol Adonai, Shomer Avasi, Yeshua Adonai, Vayakidem Kemolegem, Levanon Vesilion, Kemolegem, Kol Adonai, Seva Avodesh, Kol Adonai, Yatir Divine, Yatir Adonai, Mibar Kadesh, Kol Adonai, Kol Adonai, Vayakeso Filiaro, Umekolo, Umekolo, Adonai Lemavu Yatam, Vayeshev Adonai, Melech Leolam, Adonai Ozni Aoyite, Adonai Yegero, Echekao Vashato. Page 23. Lechadodi lekakala b'nei Shabbat mikabela. Lechadodi lekakala b'nei Shabbat mikabela. Shamor zakon v'mor echad. Yishme'anu v'hanifad Adonai echad v'shmo echad. L'shem u'tiferet v'liktira. Lechadodi lekakala b'nei Shabbat mikabela. Tikvat Shabbat Begins. Kihimekor habracha verosh mikadem nesucha sofa aser mashavat tehila lechadodi lekvat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela mikdash melech irvucha kumitzeim etochacha Balach Shemed Yemekavacha V'huyachamo Lalayekevla Lechadodi Lekakala Pnei Shabbat Mikabela Hidla Ari Ashtar Kumi L'Shivik Deiti Vatehotami Al-Yad B'Mishai B'Sachmi V'Hava Echad Allah Lechadodi lekakala b'nei Shabbat mikabela. Hitorei, Kila alei, Kuli Uri, Shira Levi, Kevod Adonai Alayim Tikva, Lechadodi lekakala b'nei Shabbat mikabela. Lo Moshe lo Chikami, Vakasifakli Umata Henry, Vakyechesu Amalei Ami, Nirta Al Tila, Lechadodi lekakala b'nei Shabbat mikabela. Tahayu l'shimshta sho asayim v'ra'atu l'malai. Yasi Salai Elohai Kimsas Katan Al-Kala Lechadodi lekakala b'nei Shabbat mikabela. Yaminu Smo Tifarosi Yet Adonai Al Yad B'Mishan Tefasi Nishnecha Yirah Kila Lechadodi lekakala b'nei Shabbat mikabela. Go'i Shalom B'Teret Bala Yad Simcha U'Sachola Toher Munei Am Segula Bo'u Kala Page 27. Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat Tov Lehodot L'Adonai V'Samer L'Simcha El Yom V'Samer L'Simcha El Yom V'Hagid B'Boker Chazdecha V'Emunatecha B'Leilot Alei Asor V'Alei Nevel Alei V'Kiyon V'Chinor Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'zamer l'shimcha elyon, u'zamer l'shimcha elyon. Sadika mahar yefra, ke'eres bavanan yeskesheturim, beveit Adonai, bechatzron Eloheinu ya'afri. Oh, Jehovah Neseva, descending the Rananim, Yehru, the Hagid, Yashar Adonai, Suri, Suri, Amlatabo. Nikolot Mayim Rabim Adari Mishmeyam Adir Bermaron Adonai Taken Nemenu Ma'odu Vetakana Kodesh Adonai Liolef Yamim. Now words of Torah from Rabbi.
I don't know exactly how many. I haven't gone through to count how many of the 74 laws that we get in Kitetze have to do with marriage, but it's a fair number. Some of them we may find coincide with some of ideas we have, and some of them do not. And I'm thinking about, because the Shabbat, right? We use the metaphor, as we just sang, of Shabbat coming in like a bride, right? When Shabbat comes in, we all turn and face like you would for a bride, right? And it's also a metaphor for the people of Israel in relationship with God. And so it's all these lovely expressions we see elsewhere, right? In Torah, talking about Re'im Ahuvim, beloved friends, Ezer Kenegdo, one who can be your help partner. Here, the laws are a little different. Okay, so first, when a man marries a woman and cohabits with her, then no longer likes her and marries somebody else, he may not divorce the hated wife. Right. So, all right, we don't have this anymore, but he doesn't have. It's not that she can't divorce him. Right? It's that he can't divorce her. Right? So it was a protection for the wife in a time of polygamy, that he could not forego his responsibilities to her because he took a liking to somebody else. He still had responsibility. Okay, so that's one. Now, there's a question about whether or not she was a true maiden, shall we say. And in that case, the law is different than she would be punished for having lied to him. That and then it tells us about people who, if a man comes upon an engaged girl in the open country, lies with her. Again, not such pleasant marital laws, shall we say. But dealing with what were some very real situations at the time, and some of the types of situations where, again, they may not be the most pleasant, but they are certainly things that do come up and are dealt with. No Israelite woman shall become a cult prostitute. And then when a man takes a wife and possesses her, like they are fully married, and she fails to please him because he finds something obnoxious about her, in the English translation here, then he may write her a bill of divorce, hand it to her, and sends her away from her house. She leaves and then can become the wife of another person, right? She is totally free in that case, right? To marry anybody else. That's part of what we say in a divorce settlement. But if the second husband divorces her also and sends her away, she may not go back to the first husband. Okay. The man has just gotten married. He's exempt from the army for a year. That's nice. We like that one. And then we get to the Levirate marriage, which is if a man died and they had not had children, then the brother of the man who had died was required to marry her. What? Yeah. So, but he is required, but there is an out. He says, if he does not want to marry her, he has to make this as a public declaration in front of all the elders of the town. She pulls off his sandal off his foot, spits in his face, right? and then this declaration is made. Thus shall be done to the man who will not build up his brother's house. And he shall go in Israel by the name, the family of the unsandaled one. All right. And then if a woman comes to her husband's defense, and well, we won't go into that one. Which is all to say that in our world of Disney marriage, ideals of oh, it's all about love and love at first sight. These things happen, and it is wonderful. But there's also a recognition that a marriage is a partnership, and it is a partnership that must be agreed to by both parties. Here it doesn't talk as much about her needing to agree, but it does in Genesis, in Bereshit, and elsewhere. But it's a recognition that not every partnership works. And this is a very different attitude than what you see in most world religions. As we know, the split between Catholicism and Protestantism was largely, not solely, but certainly largely about the questions about being able to get divorced. In Islam, I saw a quote saying that divorce is the most detestable legal thing that you can do. So not a very positive attitude. Now, we, of course, don't encourage it, right? But we recognize that it is a reality, and it is a reality that is given, except for this case, usually it is done without judgment. It is not, she's not seen worse, he's not seen worse. It didn't work, and they split. And I actually believe that is part of a healthy part of laws about marriage, because it recognizes that marriage has to be a partnership if it is to stay together, because otherwise, in many cultures, right, if a woman does not have the possibility of leaving, the husband may not have as much of a feeling of obligation to treat her well. And so we think, well, why does it have all this stuff about divorce? How is that good for marriage, right? But I think it actually, all of these laws, right, are really just dealing with the practical types of situations, understanding that we come together, God willing. We had these joyous marriages, right? Kimsel's chatan in kala, right? That they celebrate the bride and the groom. But it doesn't always work out that way. And when it doesn't, they should be able to separate from one another and be able to go on and live full life.
Rabbi.
You're not buying this one?
No, because I guess the way I would hear it, the woman wants a divorce, she needs to get it.
Right.
And if she can't get it again, unless the husband agrees to it, she's trapped and stuck. That's what I remember.
That is also the case. But she has the right to demand again. Well, the community is responsible for enforcing her demand. The issue that we have today is we no longer have communities that are willing to enforce that demand. But yes, it is not. I would never claim it was a total system of equal, right? But when the system is working right, there was an out for the woman.
Well, it's my understanding that a lot of the ketubot now reference this, that if a civil divorce is granted, the get is automatically granted. That's written in the ketubah, right?
Well, they write that they agree to that if that happens, that they will give a get. They thought that it was going to be legally enforceable. The courts did not agree with that, not because of anything in the language of it, just because they didn't want to get involved in religious issues. It's an issue all over the place, unfortunately. And it is. I think that there are now organizations and other means to try and help the process along.
Where's the enforcer?
And I will say, in the conservative movement, we now have an understanding that there is a nullification process that the Talmud uses for the most extreme of cases, and we will use that if a husband refuses after, I think, a year or something like that to grant a get, that's considered an extreme case. So we're not perfect.
The issue that the women, if they wanted to divorce, they'd have to leave Israel. Just about
Right.
like they ask.
No, I mean they should be able to get it in Israel. By law, they're supposed to be able to get it. By Jewish law, they're supposed to be able to get it. But by Jewish law, you shouldn't throw feces at your fellow Jews either, because they're davening in a way that you don't like, right? And by Jewish law, you shouldn't speak badly about other Jews who might be throwing feces at. None of us live in glass houses, or all of us live in glass houses, whichever it is. We'll continue now with Mariv.
All righty.
Any page. Actually, we should do, no, we can't do this. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
39.
We can actually say that.
yeah, okay. So we go to page 39A, but we start with the third line. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Shem. Umavir Yon, Umavin Lila, Mabdi Bin Yom, Umain Lila, Mitzvot Shemo, El Chai B'Kayam, Tamidim Lo Chaleinu, Li'olam Voed, Baruch atah Adonai, Mahari V'Haravi. Page 40. Hahavat Olam Beit Yisrael, Ahavta Torah Umitzot Ukim Mishpatim Otanu Limadeta Al Kein Adonai Eloheinu B'Shokbeinu V'Kumeinu Nasiach B'Kukecha Ma b'divrei Toratecha u'b'mitzotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu v'yorech yameinu v'yorech yameinu u'bahem neged yomam v'layla. V'vatacha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Yahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha b'chol nafshecha b'chol mi'atecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'el asher anoki mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha v'lechtecha v'derech v'shokbecha uv'kumecha v'shartam liot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot beinecha uv'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'hisharet v'ha'im shemot yishmel. Adonai Elohechem Ehemet V'emunah kazov v'kayam aleinu kiva. Page 44. Malchuto baratzon kiblo aleihem. Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael achanu shira v'simcha rabba v'yamru kulam mi chamocha b'elim Adonai mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh Nora tehilo o sefer Malchutecha ra'u vanecha okeyam lifnei Moshe ze'eli anu v'yamru
Adonai Imloch Leolam Vaed V'ne'emar Kifad Adonai et Yaakov Ugalo mi'ad Hazak Mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. Shalom. Shmor Tzeiteinu Uvoenu L'chaim U'Lishalom Yitav Yad Olam U'Pros Aleinu Sukkot Shalomecha Baruch atah Adonai Arei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu B'Al Kol Amo Yisrael B'Ahal Yerushalayim. Page 46. Rise if you are able. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasod et ha-Shabbat Lidorotam berit olam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Odhi leolam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai Hayim et haaretz Ubayom hashvihi Shabbat v'yinafar. Turn now to page 47 for the Friday night silent Hamidah. Yes, having it 6. We're good. you are completing your recitation of the Amidah, please continue through its conclusion. Turn now to page 53. Vayachulu hashamayim be'haaretz v'chol tzibam vayakal Elohim bayom hashvihi melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvihi mikol melachto asher asa Vayaporech Elohim et Yom Hashvi'i Vayikadesh Oto Tivo Shabbat Mikol Malachto Asher Bara Elohim Ras. Turn now to page 55 for Kiddush for Shabbat evening. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav v'ratza banu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava ratzon hinchilanu zikaron maseh b'reishit Yom Techila L'Mikroei Kodesh Zecher L'Tziat Mitzrayim Kivanu B'charta Yotanu Kidashta Mikol Hamim Shabbat Kodshecha Yahava Uvratzon in Altanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Okay, we now turn to page 56 for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol l'teit gedula l'yotzer b'reishit shelo asanu goyei haratzon v'lo samanu k'mishpachot adama shelo sam helkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamunam v'anachnu korim Umishachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim akadosh baruch hu. Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai yimlo leolam va'ed ne'emar Aya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad Ushemo echad. At sundown this evening, we begin the 13th day of Elul, and with love and respect, we remember the following: Gertrude Bender, Eugene Brooks, Kenneth Grossman, Morris Alex Jacobs, Morris Weintraub, and Norman Winson. Any other names to be added? Morris Kaddish.
No, no.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Okay. All right, so we go now to page 59 for the Psalm for the season of repentance. David, Adonai ri ishi mimi ira, Adonai ma'oz haya mimi efchad. Achad sha'alti me'et Adonai ota'avakesh, shivti beveit Adonai kol yemei haya, lechazot b'noam Adonai l'mavakesh b'cheikalo. Lolei hemanti lirot betu Adonai be'eretz chaim, kavei el Adonai hazak v'yametz libecha kavei el Adonai. Okay, tomorrow morning, preliminary service, 9:30, Shachrit, 9:45, and Havdalah is around 8:10.
I think they'll love it.
8:11, okay. 8:11 it is. Okay. All right, we turn now to page 62 for Yigdal. Yigdal Elohim Kai V'yishtava Min Som Ein Ein El Mesiuto Echad V'Ein Yachid K'yichudo Le'lam V'gam Ein Sof Li'achduto Ein Lo Demut Haguf V'Ein No Guf Lo Naharok Elav Kedushato Kodmon the kol davar asher nivra rishon ben reshit lereshito ino adon olam v'chol notzar yoreg gedulato malchuto shefa nevuato nitano Elahan she segulato betifarto lo kam Israel ken Moshe od navi umahabid et emunato Torah et Natan liamoel al yad nevio niman beito lo ya khalifa el lo ya mirdato Leolamim Zulato Sofeviodea Sitarenu Mabik the Sof Davar Bikad Macho Gomel Ish Chesed Mi Follow Notain Rasha Ra Kirishato Yishlach Hiketz Yamin Meshichenu Livdok Mekakekech Yeshuato Meitim Yechael Rokasto Baruch Adei Ad Shem Tehilato Meitim Yechael Rokasto Baruch Adei Ad Shem Tehilato. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Have a restful Shabbat.